kind of the opposite, 4-1 and 1-4. But look at Flacco's numbers with the Bengals: 219, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in his first game. So pretty good. Coach, could you see Flacco outplaying Aaron Rodgers tonight?
So I get why Tomlin was mad, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Flacco's 11-11 against the Steelers. There's nobody that has more working knowledge of how that defense plays and how they can exploit it. And he has the ability to go off at any point. So you're a little James Winston-esque, where it can be 5 touchdowns for you, or it could be 5 picks the other way. So all that stuff is exciting. Now the downside here is the Steelers are going for a record that none of the great Steelers defenses achieved. So they've had 3 straight games with 5 sacks. If they get at 5 sacks this game, that'll be the first time in Steelers history that's ever happened.
He can't get sacked 5 times.
Well, they've done it 3 games in a row where they've had 5 or more sacks. So since 1963, no Steelers team has ever done that, and so they're searching for that record. And Flacco against pressure, I talked a little bit earlier about Goff against pressure, but Flacco against pressure, if we can pull up the graphic, it's not
good.
It's not good.
No, I mean, to be fair, Flacco without pressure is not great.
Yeah, it's not but going from 85.2 to 34.8 is really bad.
Yeah.
Is that as simple, Coach, as tell me if I'm just too simplistic? 40-year-olds do not want to be found on the ground.
Yeah, well, nobody really wants to be found on the ground, but he's a stationary target too, so he needs a clean pocket. And actually, he had a little bit of ability to move outside the pocket back in the day, but that's
in the
that's
standard
gone.
definition era.
So we've got the Steelers now, 3rd highest team in pressure, looking for a sack record.
So I'm very confident Joe Flacco's not going to be sacked 5 times tonight.
Wow, you're betting that?
Well, I just think if it gets to sack 4, I don't know if he's on the field for sack 5. So I don't know if it's going to get there. I also think he absolutely could have the better game.
Oh.
And I understand this is not apples to apples. It's not totally fair. But if we treat him becoming a Bengal in a similar light as him taking over in Cleveland after Deshaun got hurt, when he took over in Cleveland, it was 5 games he played before the playoffs. The first game was a disaster. And by the way, he wasn't a disaster last week. They lost by 17. He looked old. 75 rating. The next 4, they went undefeated. He threw for 340 a game. Still turned it over a couple times a game because why not? Have some fun.
Happen.
Yeah, and threw 3 touchdowns. His numbers this year, to Coach's point, it shows he's a lesser player than he was 2 years ago. But it's also he had lesser weapons in Cleveland than he has right now in Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is a very live dog tonight. Because one of the benefits I feel, Brew, of having Flacco is what Coach said, which is he is not going to play to not make mistakes.
Yeah, that's not.
And so he's out, he doesn't need the money. He loves to play and he loves to chuck it deep.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase wants to get his numbers. T. Higgins has not had a good year.
Right.
He wants to get his numbers. And I think the Steelers are slightly overvalued.
Huh.
And so that's where I fall.
I hear all that because I do just feel like Flacco, like I've said it, and it showed that when his time in Cleveland, he could have a 4 or 5 game stretch where he just lights it up. And so that could come. But then when I look at what you said with the Pittsburgh pressure, they're 2nd in the league in sacks with 20. And we know Cincinnati's offensive line isn't great. At Flacco's age, he's not mobile. And then on top of that, Cincinnati's defense, which has given up the 2nd most passing yards in the league. So I just think Rodgers is facing a pretty weak defense, and Flacco's facing a really tough defense. So that makes me feel like Rodgers should definitely have the upper hand. And he's better at this point. There's no question about that. So I'm going to go with Rodgers and just give Flacco the, hey, any given Sunday or Thursday in this case, anything can happen. But
time now. Sorry, Brew, before we go to break, for your favorite segment, picks.
I love it.
Okay, here we go.
It's
Coach, Coach, your start first.
Yeah, I really want to go with Flacco, but I'm not going to. And I'm going 24-17 Steelers.
Oh, wow, with an exact score. I'm not giving,
we're not.
No, that's great. It's a bonus, Coach. And now you're only correct if that's the exact score. I'm not giving you a score.
No, okay, good.
But the Bengals are going to win.
The Bengals are going to win.
The Steelers are not, this is not savvy analysis. I understand that, okay? But the Steelers are not a 6-1 team. That's my analysis.
That's what I said about Indy. Not 5-1.
They're a 5-1 team. Pardon me, because they had the bye. Right, correct. So the Steelers are not going to be a 5-1 team. The Bengals are not going to lose 5 in a row. The Bengals somehow win tonight.
Just because I'm up next, Brew, you're going to run the anchor leg. I thought when Tomlin was upset, I thought that was real, that he didn't want to play Flacco.
Oh, it's real.
And we have so many storylines on this show about wide receivers wanting the ball, and there's always all this like team unity, and should you be saying this, and are you throwing the quarterback off? And we saw it again. They're like, what if Jamar comes to the huddle and he opens? Joe Flacco's like, yeah, I'll throw it to him. He's like, oh, who cares? Yeah,
He'll be happy to.
Yeah, well, sure. I'm out here having fun. He's playing so loose and carefree. I've never seen it. I will also go Bengals.
Wow. Look, I hope you guys are right. Obviously, I'm still holding out hope for my Ravens. This would be great for the Ravens if the Bengals win. But I'm with Coach. I mean, Tomlin, look, he's going to use that as motivation for his players. And they know what is coming schedule-wise. Sure. They know what the Ravens are about to get Lamar back. So I'm going to go with the Steelers in this one. But I hope you guys are right.
Thank you. And just for the record, as we debuted this new graphic,
you told him Steelers.
Well, you made some good points.
I thought Wild told him Steelers before and changed his mind. So you know what? Wild is picking a tie.
I don't want to pick Steelers.
Got a tie.
Wild. No, can I just tell you what just happened? What just happened? Wild didn't like the idea that the Bengals could win, and I would get to be like, I'm the only one who called it. So he said, no, I'm just going to jump on with it.
Different stuff.
Yeah.
Coming up next, a great episode of Weird and Wonderful.
Well, this guy.
Featuring Catch of the Year. And can the Blue Jays tie it up?
Catch of the Year?
I didn't know our graphics were so old school.
That they can't move, change them on the fly?
It's 2025.
If the Colonel knew we waited this long to bring our tangy, smoky KFC